I'll give everyone a moment to wipe their tears. The passage I have chosen is from the Bhagavad Gita, a Hindu epic, a record of the conversation between Arjuna and Lord Krishna when he was reconsidering going to war with his relatives. In this passage, Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna about the yoga of action. The Bhagavad Gita, fourth discourse, knowledge. The Blessed Lord said, "This imperishable yoga I declare to Vivaswan. Vivaswan taught it to Manu. Manu to Ikshvaku told it. This handed on down the line, the king sages knew. This yoga by great efflux of time decayed in the world, Parantapa. The same ancient yoga had been today declared to thee by me. For thou art my devotee and my friend. It is the supreme secret." Arjuna said, "Later was thy birth, earlier the birth of Vivaswan. How then am I to understand that thou declared it in the beginning?" The Blessed Lord said, "Many births have been left behind by me and by thee, Arjuna. I know them all, but thou knowest not thine, Parantapa. I personally hope I have the good fortune of meeting this cohort in many lives to come and for the rest of this one. Thank you and congratulations to all."
Good afternoon. Thank you from this humanities professor for this chance to share in such a landmark day for you. My graduating students from Com 210 or effective speaking got me into this. Where are they? Okay, security. Now let's see if Dempsey makes a complete mulch of all the speaking rules that he hammered into them. In these 6 minutes, graduates, let me remind you of a special advantage in life on your side because you are Bentley people. And, my protégés, catch your breath once again at this model of immaculate, dazzling dynamism. Like, you know, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I hector them even now with 3 of the most disempowering sounds a professional can make. And this is the 4th one. My name is Jack Dempsey, and I'm extremely proud of these extraordinary graduates. How many people speak that way? Let me hear a little guilty laughter? Okay. Today, alumni, you're swimming out into an ocean of careless language. So keep hold on the advantages you've inherited through the Bentley conviction that the humanities matter because of the leadership value of a learned perspective and because of the power of articulate expression. Where those are lacking is your opportunity. Yesterday, I heard someone call a bust of Ben Franklin a head statue. Sarah Palin says we can change history. And highly paid commentators think the word media is singular. Every new day of it, then, is your chance to stand out in the crowd from your first words. Now, naturally, at a business school, you master the mechanics of money, but you probably won't answer with a spreadsheet someday about the reasons for your life. For this university, money and meaning are not opposites. Rather, the humanities empower business people to turn a career into a life of genuine human contribution. Consider that the choices we make with our time, beyond life's essentials, say worlds about who we are, what we cultivate in ourselves, and how richly equipped we are to be the stewards of our inheritance. I know some of you will be spending some time in a mechanical mode to finance a long-term dream. Others will be getting rich on $1 a day, building hope someplace where it's needed. Whatever your path, feast on the challenges of work. But don't forget the soul food. Literature, film, history. Why? Because every kind of expression that you take in with the eye of an artist and a scholar sharpens and deepens you, mind, heart, and instinct for the human challenges facing you. After all, the sooner you can say in clear words what you want your life to mean, the better the guide you have right now in making long-term plans and in key decisions year by year, decade by decade. With 100 lives of wisdom to season your instincts, you'd always know the way. With only one, you can still benefit from many more in the houses of your ancestors. Today, those houses we call libraries, museums, theaters, even archaeological ruins. Now, sure, there are grounds to charge that the arts and studies of human being are no guarantee of sterling citizenship. Yet, if there were a guarantee, it wouldn't be free expression. This country, as a humanist enterprise, is built on the harmonious liberation of your potentials, not on telling you what to do with them. Each year, you'll hear new voices posing the old non-debate, the humanities as romantic and obsolete because, well, they aren't scientific enough. Curiously, for Albert Einstein, it was science that wasn't poetic enough to describe the great mystery of what is. Science and economics, too, are filled with meaning. But none of it invalidates or will ever replace what a book can do, what a symphony can say, what a painting can teach you about seeing. First, those are experiences that enhance your powers to grasp complexities on a planet that's becoming more complex every day. More, you skill and you seize in your hands to craft beauty with the world along with your career. Build that to crown your tremendous inheritance, and you become a force to be remembered. One of the most empowering students of our Western civilization, Stanley Fish, says the citizen philosopher does still matter because of a unique kind of pleasure based in the common pursuit of knowledge. Consider how words go round and round inside us, but look how much we learn the instant we say them aloud to somebody else. The pleasure of learning, then, is a healthy impulse that defies our increasingly private leisure time, and it draws us with more powerful effect back into the dusty sunlight of the public realm. It was people sharing books and learning that first bound these colonies together. Graduates, inheritance makes you a steward. Stand on the strongest, wisest shoulders you can find, because someday others will come to stand upon yours. That's what lifelong learning is, the sublime, partly terrifying knowledge that the universe, like an instrument, rings back every note we play. Let me close by summing up with a merrier voice from the 1590s, the time of young poet and businessman William Shakespeare. A man named Gervase Markham wrote what were then called conduct books. Up-and-coming people used to use them to plan their own lives of quite deliberate meaning. And in one of his guides, Markham advised the following. A skillful citizen ought to be a general scholar, and seen in all the liberal sciences as a grammarian, to know how to write out discourse of his or her art in true terms, without affectation or rudeness. He should have sweetness of speech to persuade. He should have strength of arguments to defend and maintain his profession against envy or slander. He should have knowledge in the sun, moon, and stars. He would not be unskillful in music, that whenever either melancholy, heaviness of thought, or the perturbations of his own fancy stirreth up sadness in him, he may remove the same. He must be full of love, both to his pleasure and to his neighbor. Then he must be liberal, and not working only for his own belly, as if it could never be satisfied. He must, with much cheerfulness, bestow the fruits of his skill amongst his honest neighbors, who, being partners of his gain, will doubly renown his triumph. Graduates, the learning of the whole human past wants you to rise to the challenge of a win-win world. Fellow scholars, make your fortune, make your mark, and be a force for that. Farewell, my friends. Thank you, and God bless you.